So hey, I'm back. I'm gonna do another video, and I'm just trying to get another video in. My days are kind of crazy right now. I'm just trying to get as many YouTube videos up on my site. It's craziness. Right now, I'm listening to Alex Jones with Roseanne Barr on, and just like doing two things, three things, four things at once here. Like I said in one of my earlier videos, I'm like bipolar like that, so it's like trying to do multitasking or trying to do a couple different things at once. If you look at my analytics up here, you could see kind of my ages of who watches my videos. You could see 25 to 34 years old, 35 to 44 years old. They're about the same, they're about even. And then you have 45 to 54 years old, and then 55 to 64 years old. They're about almost even as well. So I have basically this middle range of 25 to 44 years old of people that are just interested in the content, which is nice to know. Not that I have millions or trillions of views or anything like that. I have very minimal activity going on right now. But it's nice to know that those numbers are real numbers that are being projected onto the analytics, and that I have something to work with. Uh, so I'm gonna do my regular card trick. We're looking for the Joker. Somewhere there's a Joker on this deck. It's gonna help me to talk. And then I'm just gonna listen to the Alex Jones show. They've been talking about some different things about Alex Jones' background, talking about how he started out when he was younger. It's a pretty good interview. It's got Roseanne. She's the one that's actually, it's her show that it's being run off of. So it's the Roseanne Barr podcast, which is pretty good. I like Roseanne Barr. I was watching Roseanne Barr back when she was in the 80s, and she had her show, uh, the Roseanne Barr show, I think is what it was called. Or Roseanne. It was called Roseanne. Great show. I'm happy that she's still around with us, and that she's able to bring her content, because she seems like she's a very informed woman, very informed lady, and she's been around a long time, and she's a comedian. So she was a comedian. I always wanted to be a comedian when I was growing up, but for whatever reason, I found that the comedy changed, and it wasn't like funny the way funny used to be when I was growing up. So I decided not to become a comedian, and I did other things with my life that kind of took me off that course. But I used to be pretty funny when I was growing up. Uh, and unfortunately, just comedy changed. So, but I'm going to try to do a card trick here just to see. We're trying to find the Joker. Is this the Joker? No, that's not the Joker there. Anybody have any other guesses? We got 1, 2, 4, or 5 on the cards. We're trying to find one of these is a Joker up here. So, and I just have like different things that if you want to look at when you're looking at things. Uh, let's see over here. I have $1 trillion. If you've never seen what $1 trillion look like, this is what $1 trillion looks like. You can see it says $1 trillion. That's just some money I keep on the side. It's actually not $1 trillion. It's $1 trillion, but it's supposed to represent uh a charity event. Live your dreams. So we gotta try to live our dreams. So if we can find the Joker in his deck, maybe someone will be able to win. Maybe not $1 trillion, but maybe it's your lucky day. So we're gonna go with numbers here, numbers here, numbers here. We're gonna give you 1 if it's the Joker, 2, 4, or 5 on the card, and hopefully it give you some luck to win some money. This right now over here on the computer. Again, I'm just trying to get my numbers up on my analytics here, just to be able to get myself some YouTube time, because I need something to do with my time when I'm making it through my day. I got to do something with my life, and everyone's got to do something with their lives. I was listening to Nino Rodriguez. He's another channel that I listen to, and listening to Nino Rodriguez. He was talking on his channel, on his live earlier today, about how he's about the red pill. He's all about the red pill. Coming at you live from the apocalypse. I can't even do it. My voice. I was in a car wreck, and I feel like when I got into this car wreck, it was like I flipped a coin, and I used to be on heads, and now I'm on tails. So my voice and some of the things about me, I don't know if this is true about everybody, but once you get in a car wreck, sometimes, at least in my case, I mean, I survived the car wreck. It was a miracle, but now it's like I'm on a completely different side of myself. I used to be a heads, and now I'm a tails. So, but let's see if we can find the Joker. Let's see. Did you pick the number 4 to find the Joker? Nope. That's an ace of spades. So that $1 trillion is not going to be yours. Not for today, but I got 3 left. I got 3 options left here for someone to win some happiness in their life. This again, it represents live your dreams. So if you want to live your dreams in America, you need money. And this is about how much we're going to be paying with money if we're not careful. When you go to the supermarket, you're going to have to pay with like $1 trillion. And you're going to have to be like, here, all I have is $1 trillion. And they're going to be like, we only accept 20s or under. And it's going to be like, damn, but I only got $1 trillion. So that's going to be pretty funny if that's the case. But hey, if that's what you got to do, if you have to pay with $1 trillion, I guess you have to pay with $1 trillion. All right, let's see. Anyone else? Anybody else wants to win $1 trillion? We're looking for the Joker. Joker, let's go here with 2. Joker. Nope, that's an Ace of Hearts. Ace of Hearts. Ace of Hearts, we're going to flip it upside down or reverse side up. That way we have it on the right side up. Okay, we got 2 more guesses. We got Joker on the 5 or the 1. We're looking for some luck. 1 or 5. 1 or 5. That's 15. That makes a 6. But who knows what it's going to be. So we're going to take this. We're going to put these cards here like this. Right? We're going to take these cards. We're going to put them. And we're going to put this like this. So now we're going to see here which one's the Joker for that $1 trillion. That $1 trillion. One of these is a Joker. Which one is it going to be? Now, I could put these cards over these cards, okay, and then flip them over. But which one do you think is the Joker? We go with this. We'll go with this card. Let's see, $1 trillion for $1 trillion. Is this the card? Is it a yes or no? It's either going to be an ace or a Joker, one or the other. I'll go with this one. This one for the Joker for the $1 trillion. For the person that's listening to this video that made it this far, let's see if today's your lucky day. Is today your lucky day? There you go. See, if you survive this long, then you're the one that got that $1 trillion. Or it's going to get that $1 trillion or have that money come to you on this day because here's the ace of diamonds. You see what I mean? So you can never tell in life. Sometimes it's all about luck. Sometimes it's about listening to other people's programs, listening to Alex Jones, that helps me out, listening to Roseanne Barr, that helps me out, listening to Nino Rodriguez, that helps me out. These are all people that are red-pilled. Nino was saying on his show, he's not a black pill guy. I'm at that point where I'm a little on the black pill side, so I'm kind of red and black. I used to be like red pill only, red and white pill only, and then like things kind of switched over because it just got so bad that listening to the news and listening to everything that's going on, they just gave the news about Joe Biden with the fact that he's got prostate cancer. And I don't know all the details or everything that just came out, but I only heard about that. I don't know if that was today, earlier today, I think, is when I got the news about it. But who knows how many days it's going to be by the time someone actually sees this video, that they might find out that Joe Biden actually was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And I'm not sure how far it is into the prostate cancer, if it's, way deep into the diagnosis or how far it is or how far along it is. I hope he can, figure out. I hope the doctors can figure out what they can do for him, if he's in any pain or if he's in, uh, trying to figure out like what he does at this point, because he is older. He's like 80, 84 years old, I think, 84, 85 years old at this point. And that's something that while he was in his administration, to think that he was dealing with a cancer diagnosis, or that if he had been voted into office, that he would have had to be dealing with prostate cancer as a president of the United States. I know that's something on the health side of things that I wouldn't want to be dealing with. So I'm hoping, just like Pope Francis, when Pope Francis was with us, that he was, being diagnosed with pneumonia over and over, and he was having his health issues, that something can be done if he's in pain, that he can have it alleviated, and that he can do some things uh, to help the diagnosis, so that at least he's not, in a place where he can't understand things, or if his mind isn't really all together with like where it needs to be. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I've been going through my own mental health awareness issues, and so I should be as kind as possible and let people know, that this is something serious for people to have to deal with and think about. It's nice to get money. It's nice to get the Joker on those times and get that money and say, hey, I just won $1 trillion, or I'm hoping now I'm going to get some money from a bonus, or I'm going to make a sale at a client or with a client, or I'm going to be able to spend some money somehow that I've been saving up to buy something that I really need, like let's say a cell phone. I was just without a cell phone for a minute, and the cell phone costs a lot of money. So when you need certain things in your life and you don't have that money available, it's nice to know that you might be able to get that Joker, or get that help that you need, or find out that you could find that product that you need online at a cheaper price, which is good. But we need to get this economy back and running. And I think President Trump is doing that right now. I think he's working to get things back in order. It's going to take him a minute to get things in order. Let me just move this around because I'm like kind of tired of just sitting here. So yeah, there's just a lot of things that we got to try to contemplate and think about um, as we go through life and we try to figure things out. Uh, the Joker is one thing. Listening to Alex Jones is another. Reading comics, that used to be one of the things that I used to like to do. This is an old comic issue of Ghost Rider that haven't opened up in a long time. So I'll just open it up, flip a few pages, just to see what they got going on in here. Ghost Rider's Marvel character. You can see Ghost Rider's pretty serious stuff. There was a Ghost Rider, Nick Cage. I think Nick Cage played Ghost Rider in an old version of Ghost Rider. I heard he was going to be in some other movie that's coming out. I don't know what movie it is, but I thought I heard that he was going to be playing in some other movie. But Ghost Rider, Marvel character. I think Blade is in this. I think that's Blade. And so just a lot of old stuff, a lot of collectibles, a lot of things over the years that, oh, here's a pop-up. Ghost Rider pop-up. This side over here. You could see how they used to do comics back in the day. They used to make it like almost interactive, where like if you get a good issue, that you can have, these types of editions that are collector's editions. This one is probably from 1992. A lot of my comics are from 1992. This issue is 25, May 25, because if you don't know about comics, they usually come out once a month, an issue. Or they used to. I don't know if they still do. But that's one of the things that they used to do. On the demographics with women, I'm not really sure what to talk about with the ladies, because I don't know I'm a dude, and when it comes to some of this stuff, like a lot of this stuff revolves around what guys like, or, because I'm a guy. But I do have other things that I may or may not talk about, depending on things that I'm looking at or looking into. Uh, I have I have this here. There's a book of the Inquisition, uh, Inside Catholicism's Ruthless War on Heresy. I do pick up like collecting magazines. I usually pick some stuff up. I found one on witches, and I wasn't sure if there was people that are into witches or witchcraft. I'm not into witchcraft. I'm not like one of these people that would like to get into witchcraft. It's not really my thing. Um, but there are people that like to get into that kind of stuff. Uh, I don't know. It's just one of those things that those are my Coke bottles and some of my figurines. So that's my little McFarlane. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly like how people are gonna watch these videos or how they're gonna like them. But hopefully some people will get into them. They'll watch a few minutes of them. They'll be able to, listen to a few minutes or watch a little bit of it, and then hopefully you'll take what you can away from it and be able to enjoy, what you like. Like I said, I'm just trying to find like either a community of people or just help to put content out there that helps to put different media vibes, because I'm not trying to be an influencer. A lot of the time, it seems like everything's trying to be about influencing and becoming like a big time influencer. I'm not really trying to do that. I'm just trying to put content out there that hopefully, just showcases promotion of different ideas, different thoughts, different groups, different people. And hopefully that'll help with just different people that are trying to understand things differently than they would. A little thing on my screen. They would if they weren't listening to other things like new content. So, and I know a lot of people, they like to go and watch like real serious stuff, because that's what people mostly do when they do that in the beginning. They go and they watch like serious content. I did that for a long time, and then I didn't watch like just people's like random stuff. Sometimes I do, but I'm not a specialist in any field where I'm gonna be talking about like my background and say retail, because I was in retail for a number of years, and so I'm not gonna talk about retail because most people that are in retail probably already know what retail is like. So there's no real reason to talk about retail. Looking for work right now. A lot of people, I'm sure they're all looking for work. So if you're looking for work, I wish you all the best. I'm hoping that you're able to find either a part-time job or find a full-time job. Right now, because of my current status, I'm trying to collect on some disability because of the situation with the car accident that I was in, and then because just my body right now is trying to recover, that I'm able to collect on disability because I have no insurance. So without insurance right now, and then if I try to get a job and the job's not going to provide any insurance, it's going to be bad for me. So, like I said, I was just in a car wreck not too long ago, this past year, and it like flipped the coin on me. So there's a lot of stuff where people, if they listen to my content, I'm putting out personal information, and I'm hoping that my personal information is not going to be used against me or, you know, to say that I'm not, that I'm going to need a lawyer or something like that, because that's how it feels a lot of the time. If you're doing a journal, or if you're trying to work through stuff because you don't have anyone to talk to, again, it's mental health month. If you're just trying to talk with somebody or leave a journal, or if you're trying to reach out to people and try to find community people, I mean, there's really no other way to do it. Social media is the only place that you can go and find, how to go about connecting with people. But I'm so far behind the curve when it comes to having to try to figure out how this technology works, that it's unbelievable. Um, Without having the years and years and years and years and years of having used the technology, because I couldn't afford a computer. I couldn't afford a computer, and I couldn't afford the time to be able to learn how to do this stuff, because I didn't specialize in that field. Like I said, my job was in retail. And so in retail, you don't really use like YouTube. And I never use Facebook and TikTok and all these kind of different tools that they have, or that they say is out there for people to use. And so I just basically, you know, stayed away from all of that stuff. And now I'm finding that I need to try to learn how to use it. And I'm only hoping that, some people will listen to things that they normally don't listen to, because, again, if you need to have your eyes on something in order to watch it or to pay attention, that's tough to do. You need like a super, billion-dollar studio where you need to have all this, show of sponsorship and promotions and all this other kinds of stuff. And it gets to the point where it's like, if you're just a little person or a little guy, you're not going to be able to keep up with those big people. And there's businesses out there, there's businesses out there that support, like, I guess like small, medium-sized, like influencers, but that costs money. That's all at the cost, the expense of the person whose channel is being worked. And so I know I only have so much time and very little money to do anything. So I'm just going to try to do it like as piecemeal as possible, and just try to see what I can do. I don't know. I mean, I can't, to talk about movies or to talk about, I haven't seen any movies that came out. The last movie I saw that came out was War of the Rohirrim. So, and that was in the theaters back in the beginning of the year. So I haven't seen any movies. And I don't really watch movies that way, to talk about movies and say, oh, I saw this movie, I saw that movie, I saw this movie. Nah, I really don't watch too many movies. There is the One Punch Man. I've been talking about that a little bit. That looks kind of cool. It looks like it might be worth a watch. And the Ballerina. That's another one. That's a John Wick movie that's supposed to be coming out in June. That if I was going to watch anything, those two movies would be the movies that I would go and watch. I'm not sure when the One Punch Man is supposed to be out, or if they even have a date slated for it. But the Ballerina is supposed to be coming out on June 6th, I think. So I might go see them. I don't know. A lot of these movies too, they come out and they're out like on TV, or they're out on, Hulu or Paramount or Prime or whatever, like 6 months later, or 2 months later, 3 months later, whatever it is. So to go watch the movie in the theaters, if I really want to support it, versus just waiting for it to come out on video, or waiting for it to come out on video streaming, it just makes more sense. So I don't know. I guess that's kind of it. I'll stop it there for now. If you picked the Joker and you got the Joker, good for you. I'm hoping you have good luck today with money, with your financials. Hopefully, God blesses you with a little bit of luck and a little bit of uh, like I said, blessing, that they're able to maybe get you a decent meal or get you something that you needed, that you were counting on, or that you were really hoping that you would be able to find, whether it's finding it online or finding it in the store. It's so hard to find stuff when you need something. I know a lot of people use Amazon. I'm not a big Amazon person. So, like, again, I rely on other people to help me out with that kind of stuff, because for me, that's like, it's very difficult. I don't have access to certain things, and you need money. Everything is money. Money, 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 money. That's why $1 trillion is about how much I think an average person needs to, like, really be able to do anything with their time. $1 trillion, though, that's heavy inflation. If if they start giving out trillions at the bank just to pay for a simple meal at McDonald's, you better believe that that's heavy inflation. Anyway, I'll leave it there, and I hope you guys listen at least 5 minutes. If you able to listen to 5 minutes, that's good. If you listen this far, that's amazing. Uh, that's a blessing in and of itself. That'll give you something to hopefully hopefully say that you paid a penance or something. And if anything, I'll leave you with a picture of my Jägermeister picture here. So blessings to you. Hope you have a wonderful day.